Hi, this is Jay. Today I brought some outputs of research. The research was taken by Seoul citizen, like 1,000 samples. Those are parents having kids aged like 13, below than 14 years old. So here in Korea, um, 8 to 13 years old, they go to elementary school, and 7 to 0, like 1 years old. Um, I would say that infants, babies, they go to daycare, pre-kindergarten, and kindergarten. So the reason the Seoul metropolitan government they did the survey was they tried to check what if those kids staying home alone because of the pandemic without their parents, how they spend their time um, while they are alone. So that was the main object and also an issue about kids' human rights. Okay, because kids kids should be get right right attention or right cares taken care of taken care by their either parents or main caregiver. So that was the main purpose of doing it, and the methodology was online and web survey, and confidence level was 95%, and sample error was plus minus 3.10. So field work period was 15th of October to 21st of October. It's about a week. Okay, so um, I also shared some samples and my article about it in the LinkedIn with our company. I mean, through our company page. Parents worry about their kids. Developing social skills are the most concern during the pandemic period. I mean, this is another um, outputs of research. But before we talk about this one, the main purpose of this survey was actually focusing on the kids' human right, how they are spending their life. I mean, how they are spending their times when they are home alone. So let me quickly go back to the end of the slide and to show you how they spend. Like there were a couple of slides. There are a couple of slides here, but actually there were like four to five different questionnaire checking how they spend their time. But I picked here a couple of them, the most important things. Can you tell us how your kids spend their time? The question, all of the question we ask parents, and then the parents actually measure how those kids spending their time. So we ask their parents and about staying alone. Does it increase or decrease? Uh, Parents say that a bit increase is 35.6. Much increase is about 30% for. So it's about more than 65%. Parents say that their kids spend more time staying home alone. So, um, of course, this is going to be hopefully only for the elementary students. Here in Korea, elementary school students, they already like a sort of grown up, and they know how to spend their life with their smartphone, and also they go to private institution after public education. So after public education and even finish the private institution um, work, when they come back home, they still have some time because um, they only go to school like twice a week and third time a week. But from last week, many schools beside besides Seoul and metropolitan area, like suburban, a bit more suburban area or below the Han River, we send our kids to like 4 times a week, 5 times a week. But Seoul, they still send their kids not every day. So um, there are some uh, gaps, or there are some times uh, kids have to spend their time alone. The reason is parents, more than 50% of parents living in Seoul, they are double income. So father and moms are simultaneously they are out for a living. I mean to earn, to work, to earn some money. So that is the main problem. But still, another question was, can you tell us how your kids spend their time? About using electronic media with non-study purpose. So there is another question actually saying that with study purpose. So both study purpose and non-study purpose increased, but using electronic media with a non-study purpose increased more. Again, this is about like more than 70%. They use like a tablet, smartphone, or TV, no laptop, computer. They spend a lot of time with playing with that. So um, it's there still there's no way what we can guide to our kids, but at least we are checking how much, I mean, where they are, how we feel. So that was the main purpose of the questionnaire and the output. But uh, I want to take a look at moving forward. So what is going to be our main purpose? What has to be the core education sector in 2011? I believe developing social skills has to be the main core value in 2011, because there are some outputs. How does the main caregiver secure the increased care time during the pandemic? Um, from now, like I want to go one by one. There are total 3 slides I want to introduce. Household and wife, father, they squish their time uh, to take care of their kids. So in that case, like for double income parents, their grandfather and grandmother actually help them out sometimes, and then or uh, double income, or even though it's not double income, if they need more hands to take care of the kids, they have to buy, I mean, hire sometimes from people, different people, like auntie. And what would you worry about while you have to take care of your kids home much longer time during the pandemic? So parents actually worry about lack of child social development. Uh, like let's say that like if we take this survey 5 months ago, then protecting children from infection is going to be the maybe could be the most concerned one. But now we are sort of back to normal with wearing mask. So um, we are not afraid that much about the getting infection. However, we worry more about children's lack of child social development, because they cannot go out, They cannot get along with their children on the playground or outdoors. So that's the number one now the parents worry about. So number two is lack of children's physical development. So it's sort of, it's on the same page. This is the last question. So we ask a similar question to measure kids status and parents status, but both were taken by parents. But kids, how would you describe your psychological status and your kids' status during the pandemic? Parents say that kids um, they feel somewhat natural and somewhat safe here, more than I would say that around 70%. However, for the parents, if you see, it's about 52%. So parents think that they worry much more about uh, things happening, but kids more, I mean, less worry about. Uh, Somewhat unrest and unhappy, very unrest and unhappy. When we look at those two index, when we compare, kids are a lot less, more than like a 10, 15, less than parents. So parents think that I mean this is going to be the true actually because kids, there's a study that when kids stay with their parents they feel more comfortable. But now, uh, even though it's because of the pandemic, they cannot go to outside or outdoor freely or private education as much as they used to. They actually stay with their parents. They could feel more comfortable with their parents. I mean, this is my personal opinion. But parents, uh, while they stay with their kids, um, they feel more, corona blue. They feel more gloomy. Feel more have feel have feeling like more depression, because even they're they're spent. I mean, they are even parents. They are the human being as well. They have to be able to spend their own time, but actually they cannot now. So even though it's getting better, I would say that it's getting better because last 10 months we are learning sort of how to spend and how to overcome this corona blue. So we are doing like home training and then we work out a little bit more inside, and then we are trying to find a way how to overcome this situation with the mask. So it's even though it's getting better, but still parents are getting more depression. So um, thank you for watching. And if you like the idea or if you like this survey result, please subscribe and leave some comments. Thank you. Bye.